Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, May 8th. That means it's time for hashtag Thursday BookTube, an open collaboration hosted by Patty at Life with Patty and Daphne at My Mountain Home and Kitchen. I have their information in the description box. Please go over and check out their videos and everybody that's participating in this collaboration. Please watch the videos and share out some videos too. It really helps get the videos out there in the algorithm. Okay, I finished my book, The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I told y'all a little bit about it last week. This is a very emotional story. Not only is it a love story, but it's also a story about loss and grief and um, just really finding yourself kind of thing and learning to love against the odds. So, the main character in the book is a lady named Ella. She is a young lady in her mid 20s. She was married young and had a set of twins, a girl and a boy, at age 19. And right before the babies were born, her husband walked out on her, and he's not been in her life or their life, their entire life. And I think they're like 6 years old in the story, the kids are. And Ella also has a brother, Ryan, who is in the military. And Ryan meets this guy in the military and they become really close friends, just like brothers, like the brother they never had. And when you're in the military, before you go out on, missions that might unalive you, they have you write what they call the last letter. And then usually your best friend or your commander will hold on to that letter until, if it's necessary, that it's passed on to whomever you've, instructed them to give it to. So Ella's brother Ryan ends up becoming unalived in a military mission. And so his friend gets his last letter. And in the last letter, he asks his friend to go and be there for his sister Ella and her two kids. She had already lost her grandmother and her parents, and now her brother. So she was going to be alone raising two kids by herself. And so Ella had been writing pen pals with a guy in the service that her brother introduced her to by way of letters. They had never met in person. Well, she doesn't hear from him after Ryan is unalived. And so she assumes he's unalived as well. But it's who her brother sends to go and help her, but he can't tell her who he is. He can only tell her that he knew her brother, and that her brother sent him there. So, of course, she doesn't want anything to do with them, doesn't think she needs any help. She's very independent. However, the little girl is going through cancer treatments. She's actually got cancer and they don't expect her to live. And so it's a very heartwarming, touching story of how they end up getting together and raising those two kids. And then a tragedy strikes. I'm not going to give that away because you need to read it to know the whole story. Anyway, great read, very clean, very little sexual anything in it. But it'll make you cry. My daughter cried at the beginning and at the end, and I only cried at the end. So, good book, Rebecca Yarros. If you see any of her books, they're well worth the read. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week with another book. Bye now.